What's up, everyone? Welcome to the January 25th edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, you get one free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum when you sign up and make a deposit at Prize Picks. Be sure to use the code Awesemo to receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. Today, we're going to take a look at 5 of the top tournament options on DraftKings as things stand right now. We are still waiting on some injury news that could change things, so as always, be sure to tune in to the deeper dive and live before lock from 5 p.m. Eastern up until tip. But taking an early look right now, the number 5 tournament option as things currently stand, Jayson Tatum, $10,400 with small forward and power forward eligibility. He's only projected for about 8% ownership, 11% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Tatum has averaged 1.24 DraftKings points per minute this season. We have plenty of value on this slate. So while Tatum is probably a little bit overpriced for his medium projection, he does still have a massive ceiling just based on how good he is, how talented he is. And he has a very good matchup against the Sacramento Kings as well. Boston has a 114 total that is not the highest on the slate, but it's very healthy. It's respectable. It's not far behind the leaders on the slate, and we know that Tatum is capable of taking over any given game. Number 4, Devin Vassell, currently projected for 9% ownership with a 14% chance of being in the optimal lineup. He's $4,200 with small forward and power forward eligibility. Vassell has averaged 0.89 DraftKings points per minute this season. He has a great matchup against the Houston Rockets in one of the most appealing games on the slate. The Spurs have a 119 implied total. Vassell's playing time can come and go, but if he plays well, he's likely to get you 26 minutes or so and produce at an above average rate, given the matchup and the fact that if he plays more minutes than normal, he's probably playing better than normal as well. You're going to see a lot of ownership going to value from the New Orleans Pelicans, amongst other places tonight. That makes Vassell an interesting tournament option at a lot less ownership. Number 3, Furkan Korkmaz, staying in the same pricing tier as Vassell, currently projected for 16% ownership with a 23% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Korkmaz has averaged 0.74 DraftKings points per minute this season, but he's likely to play into the mid-30s tonight with Seth Curry still out for the Sixers. Danny Green is still out. Matisse Thybulle is questionable. If Thybulle is out, you're very likely to see mid-30s or more from Korkmaz. But even if Thybulle is in, you could still get, a 33, 34-minute game from Korkmaz in a favorable matchup against the Pelicans. The Pelicans are extremely shorthanded, so there is some blowout risk here. But there's also a decent chance that the Pelicans really sell out to stop Joel Embiid, which could open things up for Korkmaz as well. Number 2, Dejante Murray, going back to the Spurs and Rockets game. Murray, $10,000 on DraftKings, currently projected for 24% ownership with a 28% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Murray's been fantastic all season long. Overall, he's averaged 1.38 DraftKings points per minute. He rebounds well. He gets a lot of steals. He gets assists. He scores. He's a constant triple-double threat. He's a very, very high upside option, and he's not really that expensive tonight. So he is getting some ownership, but also appears to be getting a little bit less, or is currently projected at least for a little bit less than he really should, given his chances of success tonight. And then number 1, coming in as the top tournament option on the slate, a very popular option, but $3,100 Jackson Hayes is projected for 33% ownership with a 41% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Hayes has averaged 0.98 DraftKings points per minute this season, and the Pelicans are without Jonas Valanciunas, amongst others tonight. Hayes is likely to get the start. He's their only real chance defensively at containing Joel Embiid. If you have to give minutes to Willy Hernangomez, that is unlikely to go well for the Pels. So barring foul trouble, I expect Hayes to play plenty of minutes tonight. At 3,100, it's just extremely difficult for him to truly fail at that price tag, and he certainly can go for 30-plus fantasy points here. So to recap, the top 5 tournament options on DraftKings as things stand right now: number 5, Jayson Tatum; number 4, Devin Vassell; number 3, Furkan Korkmaz; number 2, Dejante Murray; and number 1, Jackson Hayes.